Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this very bizarre video. I didn't plan on making this today, but the camera footage, the body cam footage has been released online from Liv Morgan's arrest. The arrest happened back in December, and honestly, some of the stuff in here is mind-blowing, right? I've watched the whole thing. It goes for about half an hour. We're not going to watch all of it. I'm just going to show you the key bits, if you will. Honestly, it makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. I kind of watch this and think, doesn't feel quite right that we are showing all of this stuff in this day and age. I don't know that it's in the public interest to kind of be seeing all of this. I don't know why we're showing all of this. So I kind of come away from it feeling a little bit uncomfortable. It is fascinating as well, though, to be perfectly truthful with you. It is absolutely fascinating. So we're going to walk through the key moments. As you can imagine, this is starting to gain some real traction on social media. There's probably loads of videos on YouTube about this anyway, but it's fascinating. It just is fascinating. But as I said, you can't really help but come away and not feel sorry for Liv Morgan. That's what I feel anyway. Maybe you'll watch it and feel different, but I kind of come away from it feeling like she's really polite. She comes across as really nice. You have to remember, though, that the cop here has observed her. What we find out is that she's actually driving 20 under the speed limit, and there's cars having to like go out their way to go around her, and apparently she's swerving as well. He says that he can hear her going over the bumps. So he knows that she's going too far this way because he can hear her as the tires go over the bumps. And then she's going too far that way as she's doing the same over on that side. So as much sympathy as I have for her, it is important to remember that there was a very strong smell of marijuana. She was swerving. She was doing 20 under the speeds. She says it's because of GPS, and she was actually trying to follow GPS. I still, having watched all of this, though, just come away feeling sorry for her. So, I don't know. You can watch it. It's on the Law and Crime channel, I believe. They've managed to get a hold of the body cam footage, which I think is just freely available. It's in the public domain. They've got a hold of it and put it up on the channel, and that's why this has blown up today. So let's start, shall we? This is the moment that she gets pulled over. If we fast forward to like the 55-second mark, then, which is about here, we'll hit play.
Morgan, whose real name is Gianna Daddio. According to authorities, a deputy observed a Jeep struggling to remain in the lane. Body cam video obtained by Law and Crime captures the deputy speaking with the wrestler about why she wasn't driving in the correct lane, but then smells a stench believed to be marijuana.
Can you see at night?
Yes, sir, I can see.
Okay.
My lights are a little bit low.
Are you on your phone or something?
No.
Because I'm trying to head to a crash, and I can't go past you because you're going back and forth.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not.
You don't hear those rivets? On the right side and the left side of the road, there's these things. You could probably hear it right now when the cars go by.
Yes, sir.
You've been smoking marijuana?
Yes, sir.
Why do I smell marijuana?
I have marijuana, but I wasn't smoking marijuana.
Okay. You have a medical marijuana card?
No, sir.
You don't? Okay. Is there marijuana in the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Where's it at?
It's in the back seat.
Okay.
So this is really interesting because he can smell marijuana. She says that she's not been smoking it, but it is in the vehicle. So it's hard to know, obviously, if they could smell it on her. I don't think at any point they say that they can smell it on her, but they can smell it really strong in the vehicle. The other thing that's really disappointing here is that this guy was on his way to a crash. He says that during that little clip that he was on his way to a crash. He couldn't get like round her, and like she then became obviously his focus because she was going 20 under, she was swerving. All of a sudden, rather than get to this crash, she then became the focus. So again, as much sympathy as I've got for her, and I do have sympathy because there does feel like a lot here that probably shouldn't have come out to the public. It's important to remember that, you know, this guy was heading to another incident and had to deal with this instead. She, as we said, blames it on the GPS, and we will get to that in a bit. We also find out that the marijuana in the vehicle is not medical marijuana, so we find that out. She's very polite. I mean, she comes across very, very well in this. Very, very well. Like, very, very polite. And actually, we can skip forwards if we go to the bit where the GPS is blamed, which I think is about here.
Did you want me to hand it back?
Oh, in a second. So,
194.55.
so you had no reason for swerving or anything like that?
No, sir. I mean, I'm not from the area. I had GPS on my phone, but that was about it.
Okay.
So that's the bit where she blames the reason as to why she was swerving, and maybe there's truth to that, right? And maybe that explains why she was going 20 under as well. If we skip forwards, we can go to 3 minutes 50. This is the part where they actually start arresting her.
Do me a favor, step out of the vehicle.
Get her to step out the vehicle.
Hellman, this way.
And start to detain her at this point.
Detain her, please.
Can I grab my phone?
Not right now.
Okay.
I'll grab it for you in a second. Have you ever been arrested for failure to appear?
No, sir.
Okay.
So at this point, they're detaining her and they put her in the back of the car, in the back of their car. They then proceed to kind of go through her stuff. So they put her in the back of the car. He says the reason as to why he pulled her over. There's actually a couple of cops that are on the scene. This is the guy that pulled her over. There's a female at the scene as well. She's the one that's just detained Liv. And so he explains why he pulled her over. Then we start kind of going through her stuff. Now, you probably could pause this and like have a good look to see in her bag, whatever. To be honest with you, there just appears to be a load of makeup in there. Just loads and loads of makeup. Apparently, she finds quite a bit of cash in the bag, but I don't think we ever find out how much cash. She pulls out like a wad of money. So we know that there's a lot of money in the bag. There's a lot of makeup in the bag. Some facial cream is found as well. But they really struggle to find the marijuana at this point. And it's at this point as well, they see some wrestling boots. And the female officer says, "Is she a wrestler?" And, you know, that's the first indicator that this is a WWE superstar. So they go through the bag and they're having a little look at stuff. Nothing really can be found. They're really struggling to find the marijuana at this point. So they're going through and they're having a look. We then go to a bit of a ad break during this video. When we return, what you're about to see here is probably one of the most uncomfortable bits. He actually goes through her diary and reads what's in Liv Morgan's diary. It makes me uncomfortable showing this, to be honest. In my head now, I'm thinking, is this the right thing to be doing? But it's out there. This video is on the internet. It's being freely shared around. So let's have a look at it, shall we? This is them kind of exploring the idea that she may have made it in WWE by this point, and also seeing what else they can find in her vehicle.
Yes, an interview.
Oh, I bet.
Big.
Your reward, good karma, legend planner. Buy many houses, transition into Hollywood, Oscar Award winner, WWE Hall of Fame. We have to ask her if she's into wrestling. Multiple time WWE champion. Widely successful podcast, home in another country, voice over work. to be happy, stay healthy. I wonder if she made it to the WWE or...
Something.
Interesting.
There was a check for $7,000 something.
Oh, so she may do some wrestling work. The name doesn't sound familiar, though.
What I would say, I mean, in a second, they're going to find a car and then he realizes a card and he'll realize who she is. What I would say in this moment is it is quite uncomfortable, but there's some really lovely goals in there, you know, like be happy, stay healthy at the end, which I just think is like really lovely to like look into her diary, get a glimpse into her diary, and for it to be, you know, she wants to get many homes and she wants to go to Hollywood and she wants to be an Oscar winner and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's really good to have those as goals. There's no problems with that. You know, Cena and The Rock, they've transitioned into Hollywood and it's something Liv Morgan could absolutely do as well. So to kind of have that as long-term goals is cool. It's really cool. But I think that those at the end, just, you know, be happy, be healthy. I think a lot of us could kind of take something from that. But there's a bit now where they find a card and he realizes who she is.
Well.
Oh yeah, SmackDown.
Holy shit. Let me see. She got a little wrestler card?
What's up the line for unit 10 for check?
Holy shit. I know who she is.
Really?
Liv Morgan.
I never heard of it.
Well, I'll be damned. Welcome to Sumter County.
Not quite the welcome she was hoping for, but welcome to Sumter County all the same. Right, so they kind of have a little look through. At this point now, they go back to her. What's really interesting is her Miranda rights, which is you've got the right to remain silent, blah, blah, blah. That's actually been redacted, so we don't know what happened at that point. We don't think anything dodgy happened. We don't think she lashed out or anything, but there was clearly some information or there was something that felt like it couldn't be brought out into the public domain, so that was quite interesting. So that's been removed. We don't have that footage. We don't have access to that footage. I'd say the next part, we're a good 20 minutes in by this point. This is where they're talking to her and she is being offered her phone. She can't actually take it into the cell with her when she gets to jail, but it'll just be there for her when she comes out. And it's at this point that they even go and get the code. We know the code to her phone. So, Liv, if you are seeing this, change that, right? But they even say out loud the code to get in her phone. This is like an invasion of privacy at some points, I think. But, again, it's out there. So they put the code into her phone, and then this is when she calls Taylor. Taylor, of course, being Bo Dallas, that's Bo's real name. So calls Taylor. You can hear him on the phone, right? She's like, look, I need you to come and pick up my car. I need you to help sort bail out for me. We've got that section right here now.
For you, but I understand I'm being arrested. Am I going to be able to get out of jail tonight?
So yeah, as long as you can post bond.
Okay.
So
060894.
060894.
Change that, Liv.
Thank you. Could you please go to the phone? Am I making the phone call right now or getting numbers right now? Can I make a phone call for the car?
Yeah, you can make a
Reasons, please. And then Taylor, please. Speaker, thank you. I don't even know the location of where we are.
So we're on 476.
Taylor, I'm being arrested. I need you to come pick up my car.
Okay, where are you?
I don't even know.
It's County Road 476 and 575. You'll see lights in her Jeep.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I cut it out.
So it's in Sumter County. It's County Road 476 and 575. Yes, sir. If you come down 476, you'll see a deputy's or pickup truck with her Jeep. Do you want his number?
Yeah. Also, Taylor, I think you need to have Alexi drive your car, and then so you can take my car.
Okay, I'm trying to write.
I know, but then you can't take my car if you're driving your car.
Yeah.
Also, I need to post bail. Can you please work on that for me?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a vape in my car. I don't know whose vape was in my car, but there was a vape in my car, and so I'm being arrested for this vape.
Where were you coming back from? Just so
The eyebrow place. Babe, I'm not good with geography. You know that. I honestly, I can't even tell you. I was coming back from the eyebrow place.
So there we go. This carries on. I mean, to be honest with you, the extra bits that we hear are them just trying to work logistics out. Like, okay, what turning do I need to come off? How do I get to the car? So on, right? So there's not loads of other, I would say, interesting information in there. She says that she was about 22 minutes from JoJo's place as they're talking about trying to figure out where she actually is. He thought that he was about 45 minutes away. She's like, no, you're not that far away. I'm only 22 minutes from JoJo's place. JoJo, I'm presuming, of course, is the JoJo that we know. Alexi, I don't know if that's Alexa. It makes me think Alexa Bliss, but I honestly, it could be anyone, couldn't it? It could be a friend of the family, could be someone completely different. So I'm not too sure on that one. Apparently, the bond was revealed to be $3,000. That's, I think, how much she had to pay to get out of jail. And as we know, this case kind of all fell through. It didn't really lead anywhere. But it was obviously a bad time. It hit at a really bad time because, of course, this was December. It was just before we were getting the build for the Rumble. We don't know if this did disrupt anything because, of course, there was a court date that was set for February and we didn't know what was going to happen there. I don't think that there would have been too much disruption from this, but it is interesting to think what things may have looked like if Liv didn't have this incident. Would things have changed for her in the build to WrestleMania? You know, would she have featured in a more prominent role? Would they have had a bit more confidence? You know, because that court date, did it hang over things? I don't know. She may know, WWE will know, but would things have been different? Did this actually result in things changing for her? The other thing to think as well is there's a lot of information here that even we've looked at. Is that going to change anything going forward? You know, what's going to be the reaction to this video, this body cam footage being released? I'd be really interested, genuinely interested to know how you feel about this footage being out there. You know, do you think it's right that it's out there? Do you think we've got a right to be seeing this stuff? Or do you think that at times this goes too far? Like there's stuff here that we really did not need to be privy to, and the stuff here we did not need to see. So, as I said, it's fascinating. It's undeniably fascinating. I think it is uncomfortable at times as well, though, but I would love to know what you think about it down in the comments below. So, there we go. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. And as I said, leave your comments below, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.